Hiya, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I will be leveling up in no time with Mortal Kombat 1. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So I'll actually be showing you the fastest way to level up in Mortal Kombat 1. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So if you continually level up this seasonal tower, you're going to be leveling up your profile fighter and cameo in no time. You can see that I already have this level, I already had this tower on level 56, right? So all the fighters are going to be at level 56, meaning that I'm going to gain an insane amount of experience because of that, because my level is 30. It's maxed out at 30. You can only reach level 30 in invasions. So because I'm facing fighters that are 56, level 56, I'm going to get an insane amount of experience, meaning I'm going to level up like there's no tomorrow. I'm just going to share my live stream, so I'll be right back. Two seconds now. And honestly, this really is the best and fastest way to level up in Mortal Kombat 1. You'll be getting free dragon crystals in no time, as well as new skins, right, and variants for your fighters, and cameos as well. Concept art and everything in between. I think I have Tanya maxed out. Tanya, whatever, doesn't matter. Just double check that now. Where is she? That's Tanya. There she is. Yeah, she's maxed out. Who's next? I tend to go with a fighter that has a lower level, so I can really show just how much experience you will actually gain, just how quickly you will level up. Like, so I want to see if there's any fighter that's like on level 2. You can actually see just how many fighters I've actually ranked out as well. Like, I'll actually go with Melina. Or should I say Empress Melina. I keep actually forgetting that I'm checking fighter mastery. I'm not actually changing my fighter. Kenshi? Wait a second, I'm confused now. Why is Kenshi there? That was Kenshi. I thought it was Tanya. Wait a second now, I don't think I've actually maxed out. Have I maxed? I don't know. Have I maxed out Kenshi? Let me check that. I wasn't paying attention. I could have sworn that was Tanya, because I was doing Tanya before Kenshi early on today, so I got mixed up. Nonetheless, though, Kenshi is also maxed out at rank 35, so that's okay. Right, so Melina,
Lady Killer,
right, Empress Melina. I mean, look at that fantastic Season 2 skin as well that she's wearing. Love that. All my cameos have been maxed out. Every single one of them, so I don't really care about cameos right now. Of course, I'm going to be using... So, you can use whatever talisman you want. I mean, if you're extremely confident in your fighting abilities, you don't even have to use a talisman. But I would highly recommend using a talisman when leveling up the seasonal tower. And then if you were like looking for which talisman to use, I would say a warhorn. Get a warhorn, right? You can get one of them in the shops in the final messe, the Rampart messe, right? You can just get like a level 30 common warhorn talisman, and then all you have to do is get some consumables, right? In my case, I got 6 extra projectiles. I think they're called plasma orbs, and 3 max charges. Forget what they're called. The plasma orbs that give you extra projectiles are in the shop beside the Natara boss battle in the final messe. Okay, and then I did like extra max charges. I did 8 of those, right? The talisman that gives you the max charges can be found in the shop in the Sundoor Festival. Then I did 9 charges per recharge. The talisman that does that. Sorry, not talisman, sorry, the consumable. The consumable is found in the Sundoor Festival. So let me start that because I don't want to confuse anyone, right? So the 6 extra projectiles consumable is found in the shop beside the final Antara boss battle in the final mess of Rampart. The consumable that gives you max charges, right, is found in the Sundoor Festival shop. The consumable that gives you charges per recharge is also found in the Sundoor Festival shop, along with the consumable that gives you extra damage. I went OTT with the damage, as you can see, 990% damage. So you can have a quick look there at that recipe if you want, right? Pause it if you like, right? And you're going to be crafting like Jesus Christ, one hell of a talisman. Really, it's really powerful. You can use whatever relic you want. Sometimes, well, it'd be actually handy enough if I actually equip that talisman, wouldn't it? There we go. Now, sometimes when you're equipping a relic, but in particular when you're equipping this relic here, feeling lucky, there's a bit of a glitch sometimes. See? Never mind that. You don't have to use the relic. It's okay. Alright, Melina. Let's show these lovely people how quick you can level up using this method. Okay. So what you're going to do straight away is just use the talisman straight away. Flop, right? Have a look at your fatality. It's a close fatality, so just be as close to her as possible. You can try to go for the brutality as well, the classic brutality, the uppercut, where you knock the head off. Like, but I find it's just better to use fatalities. So back forward, back square. Alright. Now sometimes the projectiles of the talisman will damage your fighter, so you won't be able to do the fatality. But nonetheless, I got a flawless victory. Alright, look at that. Well, she started with, I think she started with 3, rank 3, she's now rank 5. Just like that. Now if you compare that, like when I first got Mortal Kombat 1 back in September, right? And when I finished season 1 of Invasions, which was like about a week and a half into it, a couple of weeks, whatever it was, and I came across the first like method of like farming EXP. It was the triple threat node, right? The endurance fight where you're fighting 3 fighters in one go. In the first mesa, you just basically fought those 3 fighters, flawless victory, finish with a finisher, and you would get a little bit of experience, right? And it would take you like probably like a couple of hours to actually max out your a couple of hours to max out your just one character. In a couple of hours you're going to max out probably like 4 or 5 fighters, right? So significant difference, right, in the amount of experience you gain using this method compared to the older method. You can also continue leveling up this tower as well, but I stick to level 56 because it's 1 round fights and the modifiers are very low as well. So back for, I keep forgetting fatalities in this game, Jesus. Back forward, back square.
Finisher.
So that, I think that's going to be a flawless victory and a fatality. And if you try to aim for that, if you try to aim for the flawless victory and fatality or brutality, you're going to get even more experience. So look at how fast I'm leveling up right now, right? So rank 6, 7, 8. So already Melina is on Fighter Mastery rank 8. Now, what I normally do is I just do a few fights in the tower, then I will turn back to the map and start the tower again. The reason I'm not too keen on continuing to level up the tower is because apparently, like, you're going to be coming across insane modifiers that are like one-hit kills, right? And because I'm level 30, and then, like, so now I face like someone that's level 60, like they could deal a lot more damage with me, like, so it's just better to play safe and stick to tower level 56. Why do I keep checking fatalities? Back forward, back forward.
Finish him. Fatality. Melina wins.
I actually haven't checked to see how many dragon crystals I've gotten total yet since using this method. I'm kind of keeping it for keeping it for later, you know, just so I can surprise myself. I haven't even checked the store today. The store updates every Friday, the premium store as well, like, so I haven't checked. Back forward, back square. I have to get down to my head. Back forward, back square.
Fatality. Melina wins.
There we go, Melina Palette. Melina Brutality.
Action. Finish him. Fatality.
Now some people use the legendary windbreaker, but the thing about it though is, like, in my opinion, it pales in comparison to a warhorn. Because with a warhorn, use it once, pretty much sit back, do nothing, and your opponent is defeated in no time. With the windbreaker is you have to go close to your opponent, make sure that the gas cloud actually connects to your fighter, and even when it does, sometimes it takes about 3 or 4 like uses as well. Like, so I just think it's better to use the warhorn. You also don't need to use as much damage as I used. In fact, it would have been better if I hadn't used that much damage, really, because it would have been better for me to connect with the brutality as well. Like, so, yeah.
Finisher.
But the good thing about something you should know when you're putting off fatalities is you don't actually have to wait like for finisher. Like, you can actually start the fatality before Johnny Cage will say finisher, which is good. Power Slay Productions, as always, man, it is great to have you in the live stream. Welcome as always, man, to Green Hill Gaming. How are you doing? How was your weekend going so far? Man, I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you enjoyed the live stream. Hi Johnny, when will you be streaming Tomb Raider 1, 2 and 3? Wait, is it out? It's not out though, is it? It's hardly out already, is it? I'll probably get it as soon as it comes out, to be honest with you. It's just nostalgic. I've never really been good at that game though, just to let you know. I don't even think I've actually ever completed the original Tomb Raider 1. I might have completed Tomb Raider 3. What was the one that was called Lost Chronicles? Is that even a thing? Is that even a thing, man? Is there even a Tomb Raider game called Lost Chronicles? I don't know. But you know, I actually won a mobile phone. I actually won a Nokia 3210 when I was like 12. Because there was a competition outside of a mobile phone provider here in Cork City. My hometown of Cork City. And it was actually, I think it was one of, do you know the way like every time a new Tomb Raider game comes out, there's a new like model for Tomb Raider. I think it was literally her. And it was all about Tomb Raider, obviously, right? And you had to name all the Tomb Raider games, and I think I got them all. Well, I obviously got them all right because they won the phone. I won the phone. I got a photo taken by her and everything, and she kissed me on the cheek. I was the talk of the class. I really was. I mean, how many people in my class can say I got kissed by Tomb Raider? I can't. Oh, next year, Jesus, it could be all dead and buried by next year, man. I'm telling you one thing: the way this country here in Ireland is going. It could very well happen, but hopefully that won't happen. Like, but yeah, I'll be getting that on day one if I'm still here. But the thing about Tomb Raider for me is it's nostalgia. Just locking the butler in the freezer. But I don't know. I was never really good at it. Like, you know, the very precise controls. Like, I was never good at those precise controls. No. God, do you know what it's like? It's like a fucking platforming simulator. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's what I'm saying is like it's very simulation kind of gameplay. It's very precise. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, to be honest with you. But no. But to answer your question anyway, absolutely. Do you know if it's going to have a feature to swap between classic visuals, or do you have to pick one or the other? Because I'm thinking of the Alex Kidd game, that Alex Kidd remake that made there recently. You could swap between the two art styles. I know you're a big fan of Tomb Raider anyway, so you're definitely going to be getting in. You're definitely going to be playing it. So basically, just copy what I'm doing, and you can level up your profile in no time as well. Like, you're not always going to get the flawless victory. Don't worry. Now, bear in mind, literally, I'll actually check how much time. It's 18 minutes. Like, literally, like this minus the time it took me to yap. But within 15 minutes, probably even less, I have now reached fighter rank 14. Now, if you were like playing other RPG games, right, where your character levels up very quickly, this mightn't mean anything to you. But if you know Mortal Kombat 1, if you've played Mortal Kombat 1, if you've tried to level up your profile, your fighter, and your cameo in Mortal Kombat 1, you will know that the amount of experience that I'm gaining right now is absolutely fucking insane. You will know that, like. But even in most RPG games, you wouldn't be gaining that. Man, I need to get Mario RPG. I don't know. I have money set aside. I got money for my birthday, and I sound like a right child saying that. I really do. But everyone gets money for their birthday, like, really. And I also got a gift voucher for Smith's Toys Ireland as well. But I really want to get my hands on a PlayStation Portal. I want Santa Claus to get me a PlayStation Portal. No, but I really want it. I could really benefit. With it. I like playing games off TV, but for the life of me, for the life of me, I cannot get my hands on it. It's not in stock in Smith's Toys Ireland. I want to get it in Smith's Toys Ireland because I want to put my Smith's voucher towards it, but it's out of stock and they don't know when they're getting it in. But at least I got confirmation there recently that they actually are going to be getting it in, they just don't know when. Which is understandable, that's reasonable. But at the start, it was like trying to get at the start it was like trying to get blood out of a rock or a stone, whatever the saying is, same thing really. But all I wanted to know was, are they going to be getting it in? No, actually, from the start all I wanted to know is, do they have it, right? So basically, do they have it, and if not, will they be getting it in soon? That's all I wanted to know. But it was like trying to get blood out of a rock, like with them, you know, at the start, like. But then eventually, kind of got it out of them, and they said, "Yeah, we will be getting it in. We just don't know when." That's fair enough. You know what I mean? That's understandable. That makes sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, I want that, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So I'm thinking, well, I just get my hands on Super Mario RPG, like. Do you know what I mean? What's the PlayStation Portal? It's called the PlayStation Portal Remote Player. Do you know the remote play feature in PlayStation? I think that was first introduced back on the PS3. Like, you know the way you could use your PSP to like play PS3 games. Do you know the way like the Nintendo Wii U in 2012 had the Wii U gamepad, and you could continue playing your Wii U games on the Wii U gamepad even when the TV wasn't being used? Well, that's basically like how remote play works, like off TV play basically. Well, basically what it is it's a complete package, right? It's got a screen and it's got like basically like DualSense controllers attached to the side of it, more or less. I think it's an 8-inch 1080p screen, right? So basically, so you can like broadcast your games from your PS5. Basically, you're broadcasting your PS5 onto the remote play, basically. And I want my hands on it so badly. But I don't know, maybe Sony had limited stock, maybe they didn't expect that many people to get it. Of course, scalpers, didn't take long for scalpers to get their hands on it. But the weird thing about it though is it doesn't seem to be, I don't think it's that it's in high demand. I think it's just that Sony didn't stock enough of it. So it kind of gives people the false impression that it's actually in high demand. If I was Sony, if I was a company and I was selling a product and I literally made 5 available in the world and it's out of stock, does that mean it's in high demand? No, it just means I literally made 5 available. So yeah, that's the story there. But no, I'm waiting. I'm very impatient. I'm a very impatient person, you know. And I'm just looking at people playing Mario RPG. I fucking love that game. That game, like, obviously I didn't grow up with the Super Nintendo. I was more of a Sega guy. I had Sega Master System, Sega Mega Drive, and also PlayStation 1. Like, I had N64. Alright, like, to be honest with you, I didn't play that much of it. But no, I never played SNES growing up, and obviously, like, Mario RPG didn't even release outside of Japan originally, but it came to the Wii U, or it came to the Wii Virtual Console years ago. And yeah, that was my first time playing Mario RPG. I don't think I think that was the, I don't even think I actually played Paper Mario before then. I didn't play the Mario and Luigi series as well, so the whole like concept of a Mario RPG game was new to me, and I'd never experienced anything like it, like in the Mario franchise before. So it was just so cool. So I love that game. I know it's been remade, and that's available. So I'm thinking, like, do I just like walk away from the PlayStation Portal and get Mario RPG? I don't know. I feel I should be patient and wait for the PlayStation 4 because it could be in stock at any time, like. This seems to be happening a lot though with consoles, no matter whether they're in high demand or not. Like, it just, every time a new gaming system, I know the PlayStation Portal isn't actually a gaming system. The one thing we should know, Power Slave Productions, about the PS Portal is it's not actually a dedicated handheld like the Switch or Steam Deck. You can't really logically play this anywhere. You can technically carry, you could literally take a 50-inch TV with you, with your PS5, with a fucking surround sound system, and go into the middle of the woods and get a generator and power up all your electrical devices and play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on a fucking 50-inch OLED 4K TV, 120 hertz, right, hooked up to a fucking PS5, a fucking surround system in the middle of the fucking woods, again with your generator. That's technically you can do that, but is it fucking logical? No, it's fucking not. So PlayStation Portal, you know, the people are saying you can take it with you on the go. Yeah, what they're failing to mention is if you're in a cafe with your PlayStation Portal and you want to connect to the Wi-Fi, well then you're fucked. Because 99% of business premises who have Wi-Fi, you need to sign up to their you need to agree to their terms and conditions, meaning you need to go to a website and click agree. PlayStation Portal doesn't have a browser, so you can't do that, you're fucked. So your next best option is to connect to your phone. Now it doesn't matter what internet you have on your phone is not going to be able to have stable internet to provide, you know, a stable connection to use remote play. And also, like, it's your phone, so you're using mobile data. Your battery could die in your phone, so it's not logical. It's not a logical, like, possibility. You know, it's designed to be played at home. That's the whole point of remote play. It's off TV play. So yeah, but nonetheless, I like doing that. In fact, I actually cannot remember the last time I took my Switch outside the house. Probably I went to Dublin a few weeks back, and I think I brought my Switch with me up there. But that was on a bus, so technically, like, I wasn't really outside. You know, so yeah, I mostly play my Switch at home, like on the couch, like actually like watching TV as I'm playing the Switch, or sometimes I might play it in bed. But that's what I want to do with PS4. Like, I don't want to go to Mount Everest and start playing it. But that's what a PlayStation Portal is anyway. It's literally a remote play device. In fact, I actually think that Sony only added in the remote player device after the initial fucking reveal of it, because I think people were getting confused. They were thinking, "Oh, this is a new PSP. Yay! This is a new handheld from Sony." Yeah, and Sony will go, for fuck's sake. These fucking morons. So they had to add in like remote player device just to really showcase the fact that this literally is just for remote play. You know, I was talking about this earlier when I was actually playing Deadly Alliance, classic Kombat. I was talking about the fatalities and how much they've actually improved. They really have improved over the years. Oh my god, like. It's only when you go back and play the classic Mortal Kombat games you kind of realise just how basic they were compared to modern Mortal Kombat games, really, yeah. They've come a long way. Like the original Mortal Kombat game, it was, you know, you would rip out the heart and that's it. Or you would rip out the spine and that's it. But now, like, they have like, there's like, it's almost like a storyboard. It literally is a storyboard of like just of a fatality. Like they're telling a story in just a fatality. It's crazy. Like, why do I keep forgetting the name of fatality? I mean, it's a step by step. I might rank up 2 fighters in this stream, depending on how I feel. If I'm, not half asleep.
Action. Finisher.
I actually might get Mortal Kombat Deception tomorrow. I genuinely cannot remember it on post deliver on the Saturday. I think there was one time they did.
Fatality. Melina wins.
Check that actually sometime. But if I do get it, like, I'll actually probably play it for the whole day, to be honest. Stream it. Free Dragon Crystals, 100 Dragon Crystals for reaching Fighter Mastery rank 20. Did I ever mention the fact that you can get free Dragon Crystals in Mortal Kombat 1? No, I haven't. Oh, great. So you can get 500 Dragon Crystals for completing the story. And you can get 100 Dragon Crystals for reaching profile level 60, 80 and 100 each. And you can get 100 Dragon Crystals for reaching Fighter Mastery 20, as you can see, and 31 each. So you do not have to pay for Dragon Crystals with real money. Could have sworn I mentioned that before. No? Probably having a deja vu moment.
Action. Finish him. Fatality. Melina wins. Flawless victory.
Oh, do you know what would be a really good skin? Deadly Alliance skin. Considering that, like, Deadly Alliance skin seems to be taking over the premium store as of late. Deadly Alliance Shang Tsung. Now I would use my Dragon Crystals to get that skin. Sub-Zero doesn't do anything for me. I don't play as Natara, so her Deadly Alliance skin doesn't do anything for me either, to be honest. Who else now? Not sure, to be honest. Quan Chi isn't actually in the game yet, so... But I think so far, the only skin that really just, like, screamed at me, saying, get me, was the Scorpion Deadly Alliance skin. I mean, I think it was the Flaming Skull that just sealed the deal for me, really, you know? But then, like, the whole chain, the skull and the chains, and oh my god, man. I won't be getting the fatalities anyway. I won't be spending Dragon Crystals on fatalities. Because they're too late. They don't have that much screen time, do they? You know, you just use them at the end of the fight. Whereas, like, if you get a skin, and the premium skins, like, they come as bundles, like, so you can get multiple variants of them as well, like, and you can get different pieces of gear as well. Like, it's a fighter, so you're going to be seeing your fighter a lot more than you're going to be seeing a fatality. And it's kind of crazy when you think, because like the fatality, originally, like the Halloween fatality, that cost 1,200. I know that they've done a thing where if you paid for that, you get 2 extra fatalities, but still, like, they're just fatalities. Whereas you can pay 1,000 Dragon Crystals for a premium bundle of like a skin with variants, like, and the fighter is always there, like. Like, take Melina's skin there now, right? I can always see that skin. Yeah, I don't think... And I've seen the fatalities as well, like, so... You know.
Fatality. Melina wins.
But you know what, though? I said this before, and I'll say it again. I actually would genuinely spend Dragon Crystals on... if they brought back babalities, I actually would, or even animalities as well, I would too. And when I say spend Dragon Crystals, I mean, like, spend the Dragon Crystals that I earned in the game, not spend money on Dragon Crystals.
Action.
I think if you know, if you're playing, if you have Mortal Kombat, if you play Mortal Kombat, and if you're aware of this method of leveling up the seasonal tower to 56 and leveling up your profile fighter and cameo in no time, if you're aware of this but you still spend money on Dragon Crystals, well then you know what you are? A fucking idiot. An absolute idiot. It's like going into a shop, right, to buy a can of Coca-Cola. Other colas are available, and the guy behind the counter says, that's okay, you can have this for free, but you still pay them. That's what it's like. It's like, why would you pay for something you can get for free? If you pay for something that you can get for free, then you are literally an idiot. But hey, look, you know, there's no arguing with these idiots. Power Slave, would you kiss Melina? Would you puck her up and give her a sloppy one? No, I wouldn't. She would chew my face off. Some people would be into that. Maybe. Nah, same here. Christ, I wouldn't go near the bitch. I'd rather kiss Reptile, to be honest. In his reptilian form. I won't even let her. I'm surprised YouTube allowed that on the chat. Well, I definitely wouldn't allow her. I definitely wouldn't allow her to do that. I'd probably chance to kiss, but not that. So yeah, sometimes the projectiles will damage your fighter, and you won't be able to do the fatality or finisher. But it's still okay because you're still getting a shit ton of experience. And again, like, you can continue leveling up that tower to get even more experience. But I personally wouldn't advise it because you could get caught there like in a tower that has like insane damage for modifiers, and you're going to regret then, like, you know, because you won't be able to get the finisher and the flawless victory, like, you know. In saying that though, I do have an insanely powerful talisman with 990% damage, so maybe I would do pretty fine, like, but you know. What about Shiva? Power Slave. What about a big chunky Shiva?
Finish him! Fatality! Melina wins.
Big chunky Shiva. What's a Shiva? No, Shiva is fucking that annoying bitch in RE5.
Finish him! Fatality! Melina wins.
Kung Lu. Unfortunately, not the great Kung Lu, just Kung Lu.
Finish him! Fatality! Melina wins.
Ranked 26 already with Melina. I mean, that's just great timing, like.
Action! Finish her! Fatality! Melina wins.
Should bring Venom to Mortal Kombat 1. Venom would fit right in.
Action!
I don't think I actually ever asked you this question before, Power Slave, but have you actually have you played Mortal Kombat? Are you a fan of the series? I'm not sure if I asked you before.
Action!
There's going to be a lot of newcomers to the series with MK1, with the likes of Homelander, Peacekeeper, no Omni-Man. Like you're going to have people that never played Mortal Kombat before getting their hands on this game, so they can play as those fighters. The fighters that they know, like, you know, fans of The Boys, you know, fans of Invincible and Omni-Man. You know, they're all going to jump on the MK bandwagon, which is great for the franchise because it means the franchise grows. You know, gets bigger than it's ever been. You know. And you're also going to have a kind of situation there, like where MK fans who don't have a fucking clue who Omni-Man, Homelander and Peacekeeper are going to check out those franchises. Not so much franchises, but they're going to, you know, they're going to watch like The Boys, or I'm not going to watch The Boys, but other people will. So it's kind of a win-win situation really for both kind of like parties involved, like, you know. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people jumping on the MK bandwagon. This series is bigger now than it's ever been before. And what I like about the fact that they're like, it's like, even though like they will be getting in a new audience, like this series is never going to change what it is. You know what I mean? The DNA of Mortal Kombat will never change. Yeah, I've played it, but I'm not good at fighters. Man, same here, man. I'm shit. Man, I mean, I can't do any combos. I get my ass handed to me when I play this game online by people who are so good at combos. So same here, man. But don't worry about that. Like, you can. Here's the thing: you can enjoy Mortal Kombat without having to worry about being good at it. Like, I mean, you can enjoy the story, the lore, the characters, and all the other modes. Don't worry about being good at it. You know what I mean? So, what was your first Mortal Kombat game?
Melina wins.
What was your entry point into the series? For me, I was there from the start, lucky enough. Sega Master System, Mortal Kombat. Been a fan ever since. Like, when I was a kid, like, I used to, like, pretend I was, like, Shao Kahn and everything, like.
Action. Finish him.
Ah, same here, man. Old school, retro, classic combat.
Melina wins.
Yeah. It definitely is the best generation to be a part of, like, you know, to be there to start, like, the classic Mortal Kombat. Definitely, absolutely. And what's great though is the series still keeps that charm of the original Mortal Kombat games, you know. I mean, obviously, like, it's gonna grow and evolve, you know, as consoles grow and evolve, as gaming as a whole grows and evolves, but it's still Mortal Kombat, and that's what I love about it. There's a lot of video game series that I grew up with over the years that I just look at and just feel ill by how much it's changed and how much its audience has changed and how much they pander to the audience. But Mortal Kombat, I look at it with a smile on my face, you know, because it's still Mortal Kombat, and that's what's great about this fucking series. What would you say is your favourite? It's hard for me to pick a favourite, really, to be honest. I'm thinking, what would I consider a favourite, like? Really hard to say, to be honest. I know, I'm going to say it randomly. I'm just going to say Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the N64. That's just random, really. Not sure what's happening with that petition that popped up, I think, last year. Probably longer than a year, actually. There was a petition to remake Mortal Kombat Trilogy. It was going to use Unreal Engine 5. It was basically going to be like a full-on, like, remake of MK Trilogy, as opposed to, like, remaking 1, 2, and 3 separately. You know? Don't know what's happening with it, to be honest, but I haven't checked the petition for a long while. There was a crowd called iBallistic Games that were going to pitch it to Warner Brothers if they had enough signatures. Don't know what's happening with that.
Finish him. Fatality. Melina wins.
Mortal Kombat 3 was a good game as well. Good Mortal Kombat. I was talking about that earlier when I was playing Deadly Alliance, but the soundtrack is just so good. I could listen to the soundtrack in Mortal Kombat 3 for fucking the whole day, to be honest. And I just like the urban theme as well, like the city environments.
Action!
I'd love if there was a way that you could play classic Mortal Kombat games inside of Mortal Kombat 1. You can play Street Fighter 2 inside of Street Fighter 6. You can literally go to an arcade, an actual like Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet and play the entire Street Fighter 2 in Street Fighter 6.
Finisher!
I would love something like that in Mortal Kombat 1. I think it's great. I think it's enjoyable to just
Flawless victory.
go back and play classic Mortal Kombat, see where it all began. Especially if you grew up with it as well, you know. If you're new to the Mortal Kombat 1, if you're new to Mortal Kombat 1, if you've only bought Mortal Kombat 1 because you like the boys, you like Homelander, and you're part of Generation Z, you're just a kid, essentially, who just can't appreciate games that came out in the 90s, then you're not going to give a damn fuck about classic Mortal Kombat. That's okay. But for fans who grew up with classic Mortal Kombat and fucking love this series and buy every new entry in the series, I think people like I think those people, myself included, fucking would love the opportunity to play classic Mortal Kombat again, whether it's in their original form or whether it's remastered or remade. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to buy The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. I'm pretty sure a lot of people bought The Last of Us Part 1. I'm pretty sure a lot of people bought Red Dead Redemption 1, that re-released on PS4 and Switch, because they love the franchise. I don't think anyone said, oh well, that's old now, I'm only interested in new Red Dead Redemption, I'm only interested in new Last of Us. No. Pretty sure Last of Us Part 1 sold well, and I'm pretty sure the re-release of Red Dead Redemption sold well.
Fatality. Molina wins.
So yeah, there's always fucking room for two, as in like there's all like you can have modern Mortal Kombat, you can have a new Mortal Kombat game while having classic Mortal Kombat.
Finish him. Molina wins.
But it's going to happen though. It's only a matter of time. I reckon once Mortal Kombat 1 is finished, like completely, like with all the DLC and everything else and all the updates, I can definitely see them releasing some kind of a classic collection.
Molina wins.
I'm on level rank 30. I'm only 5 ranks away from mastering Molina. That's how quickly it takes to master a fighter. And I think she started at like rank 2 or rank 3, I think. Also, there's a certain video game that we released across three console generations over the span of 10 years. That game still sells very well. That game still pops up in the UK video game charts from time to time. That game has been on for 10 years. I don't recall anyone refusing to buy that game because it's old, because it's a decade old, because they look at their 10-year-old brother and say, you literally are the living embodiment of the time that this game has been milked. I'm not buying this. I want to wait for the new one. That hasn't happened. So yeah, absolutely there is a market for, you know, classic Mortal Kombat. I think a lot of people would appreciate and play classic Mortal Kombat. And again, particularly people who fucking grew up with the franchise, who like Mortal Kombat. I mean, I ain't talking about kids who can't appreciate classic games. I ain't talking about kids who just jump on the bandwagon of Mortal Kombat because Homelander's in it. You know? Because obviously it's not going to appeal to them. Yeah. But there's definitely a market for classic Mortal Kombat. I made a community post, but no one has voted yet. What was the... I didn't notice that. Let me check that out for you. I don't know if I've actually turned on notifications on your channel. But let me do that right now. That's strange. I actually am, but I didn't get the what you call it, man. Where's it now? Home. Oh, it's in community. So guys and girls, what's the next Souls game you would like to see on the channel? Oh man, I don't actually have any interest in Soul games at all. I'll be absolutely honest with you. Dark Souls 2, seeing as it's just the only real kind of like game out of that category that's just like, I know Elden Ring is the newest, like, but Dark Souls 2 just is this. I'm more aware of that than any other of the games, really. There you go. Now you got your first vote. You're playing Dark Souls 2, motherfucker. But obviously, like, more people will vote. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like games that fucking torture you, because essentially that's what it is. It's torture.
Action.
I don't like to be tortured when I'm playing my games, you know?
Finisher. Lena wins. Flawless victory.
I always loved it when Johnny Cage says flawless. It's got some more dragon crystals there as well for reaching rank 31. So what I'd love now, like some kind of like Santa suit for one of the fighters. I know they're going to do a holiday fatality, yeah?
Finisher.
But imagine like, who would make a good Santa now in Mortal Kombat? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be Santa, but just somebody wearing a Santa hat in there at the very least. Who wears a hat in this? Fucking... Who are the characters that wear a hat? So obviously Raiden wears a hat, Kung Lao wears a hat. Yeah, so imagine like Kung Lao and Raiden wearing Santa hats. They're definitely going to have something anyway. But you know, in a way though, I actually do miss the well, I do genuinely miss the seasonal towers. Well, not seasonal towers, but is the seasonal tower. The Towers of Time in Mortal Kombat. Sorry, I was turning down the volume of my headset, it's too fucking loud. But I like the Towers of Time in Mortal Kombat 11, because then if it was Halloween, right, the towers would have like really like significant Halloween modifiers, like pumpkins and everything else, you know, coming at you. Same too with Christmas or even New Year's, like they would be very meaningful. Do you know what I mean? And I miss that. I actually really hope that I actually make it to the end of this method, make it to the end of season 2 before like NetherRealm Studios nerf completely like remove this. And if they do, like, they're cunts, like they're absolute cunts if they do it, like. Because what am I doing in the game right now that's so wrong? Like, how am I like cheating? Am I using a mod? No. Am I hacking? No. Like, this is literally a game mode. This is like Invasions. This is the gateway portal in Invasions. This is a seasonal tower. And the way that they designed the game is the more you defeat the tower, the higher the level the tower goes. And again, the way they designed the game, when it comes to gaining experiences, the higher your fighter is, the more experience you gain. So they made the game like that. I'm not hacking it to make it something that it isn't. I'm not modding it to make it something it isn't. I'm not cheating to get something that shouldn't be there. I'm literally playing the game as it was designed. So if they stop people from playing the game the way it was designed, just because people are getting free dragon crystals for doing it, then they're absolute cunts. If they do that, but hopefully they won't. But I'm telling you, if they do, they're cunts. Fighter Mastery rank 33 now, just 2 more ranks away from 35. I think I actually might get some sleep after this. I actually might too. It's an OP insane as well, some kind of VR2 mode. Christ God, what it would be, I don't know. Maybe you could watch all the cinematic cutscenes in VR. Maybe you could watch fatalities in VR. I don't know. Oh yeah, for anyone who enjoys watching, well, no, something more so listening, watching / listening to Johnny shit himself on stream playing scary games, you'll be happy to know that I'm going to be getting the Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, is it? Part 2 VR. Because ever since I actually got into the series, last year, I think, that was the year before, can't actually remember, and I was absolutely shitting myself. I said, wait, that's the game I want to play in VR. Part 1 was on PSVR 1, which I didn't have, but I have PSVR 2 now. So yeah, I'm going to be getting Help Wanted 2. I don't know, hopefully it has like a main I don't know, they kept showing these mini games, which even look scary as they are. But I wonder, like, because I know that I presume Help Wanted is like a spin-off, you know, compared to like the main kind of Intrigue series. But I just want to be kind of like playing like the traditional experience, you know, like when you're fucking behind the monitors and shit, like, and you're making sure doors are being locked and stuff. That's what I want to do in VR. Fucking scream in terror.
Fatality. Molina wins.
I flung my Switch across the room in the middle of the night playing the first game. I think it was the first one, the second one. It was when... What's his fucking name again? The fucker that just like fucking legs it into the fucking door. Foxy, I think. All I could hear was the footsteps. I can't replicate that, but it's the foot. What the fuck is going on here? Next there. Oh no. Seriously. It was just a combination of everything, really. It was the fucking terrifying anticipation of what the fuck was actually running towards me. I could hear the fucking footsteps running towards me. Right? And then you just look to the left and you just fucking see this fucking annoying bastard screaming from the top of his fucking lungs. You know? And it's just the suddenness of it. Oh, my Switch went flying. Yeah. So, you know, I'm scared because if I play PSVR 2, my fucking headset could go fucking flying or something. Yeah. And I really don't want to be damaging my PSVR 2 headset. But fuck, it's worth the risk. The things I do for my viewers. That's coming out on the 14th of December. Bit of a wait. I still can't get over how RE4 Remake VR is now already. That should have been Halloween.
Finish him.
Yeah, that really should have been Halloween, like.
Fatality. Molina wins.
And the thing about like when they give like a winter release, especially in America, that fucking winter release could literally mean anything between now and literally up to like February in their eyes. Like, it's a weird interpretation of the seasons. What is wrong with people when it comes to the seasons? Honestly, seriously, like. November, December, and January is winter. February, March, April is spring. May, June, shit, what the fuck is that? May, June, July is summer. August, September, October is autumn or fall in America. Whatever we're going to call it, but still. Actually, looking at the time there now, I might just go for another half hour. Start with another fighter. Because I'm not as tired as I thought I was, really, to be honest. They're flawless, no?
Molina wins.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
That should take me up to Fighter Mastery 35. Yes, it is. How are you, Chad? Chad, as always, my good friend. You're very welcome to Green Hill Gaming for a Mortal Kombat 1 live stream, where I am leveling up in no time by spamming the challenge towers / seasonal towers. But Chad, how are things with you? How is the start of your weekend going? So you can see I just maxed out Melina, mastery rank 35. Got some legendary palettes for her. Let's see who's next now. Have you got any breaking video game news for me, chatty boy? I love your breaking video game news. Okay, so I always start with the lowest. Another day, another dollar. I'm just waiting for the weekend to go by fast. To go by fast? Why? Ah man, you should be enjoying the weekend. You should be taking in every second of the weekend. Why do you want it to fly by so quickly? I'll do Havoc. Havoc with the lovely moat.
Cleric of Chaos.
I'll be getting it. Oh, you're getting Steam Deck next week. Another Steam Deck, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, chatty boy. You remind me of an American version of Anthony / Coconut. I hope he doesn't take offense to that. But you actually do. Because he actually, oh my god. I remember when he had the Wii U, I think he like bought and sold the Wii U like at least 3 times. And I'm pretty sure it was the same with the Switch and even like with the PS5 as well. I'm not even joking. I'm still waiting to get my hands on a PlayStation Portal. I was in contact with Smith's Toys Ireland over the course of a few days. You see, at the very start, it came out on the 15th of November, so like 2 weeks ago. And all I wanted to know was, did they have it in? That's all I wanted to know. So obviously, like, I checked their website. I was, down for it. At the start, like on the morning of the 15th, it actually showed up on the website, but it said out of stock, and it expected stock 2024. So I was like, fuck's sake, anyway. And then about 10 minutes later, it was still on the site, but when you click onto it, it was gone. There was no product page at all. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So then from that moment onwards, I just wanted to find out, like, when will they be getting it in? Like, so on that day then, no, sorry, not on that day, I'm all mixed up. Before the launch, before the 15th, I popped into Smith's to ask them, would they be getting in PlayStation Portal, right? And I was literally told, I don't know. I was like, okay, fair enough. Don't know, I don't know. Okay, fair enough, thanks. And that was it. I walked out. I wasn't that Karen, as the Zoomers say. I wasn't saying, So, anyway, then I messaged them. Basically, I just wanted to find out if they were going to be getting it in, and if so, when. But at the beginning, it was honestly trying to get a fucking rock, trying to get blood over a rock. So, long story short, anyway, they got back to me, They got back to me yesterday, and they said, yeah, we will be getting it in, but we're waiting for a stock date from Sony, basically. So just waiting. That's okay though. I don't mind that though. I don't mind that. I mean, all I wanted was a straightforward answer. All I wanted was we do have it. Oh, that's great, and then buy it, or we don't have it, and yeah, that's fine. And like, or we're not going to be getting in. Okay, that's fine. You know, so it's a straightforward answer, really, is what I was looking for. But like, so this day and age, chat, as you know yourself, like this day and age with people nowadays, like fucking getting a straightforward answer is gone. No, like, you know what I mean? But I did eventually, I suppose, get my straightforward answer. But yeah, just have to wait for it now. Wait for it to be in stock. I know that feeling. It happened to me too. Oh, you know, glad you can relate, to be honest. And I'd say it's not just me and you either. Like, I mean, sure, everyone can relate to just having a very simple question, having a very simple inquiry, but it's like you're going in there asking what the meaning of life is. You know, like it's not like we're walking into these places and saying, "Oh, hello, sir," and they're like, "Oh, hi, how can I help you?" Well, I hope I don't have you going out of your way, good sir, but I would just like to know the meaning of fucking life, or you know, which came first, chicken or the egg, you know? Like, you literally have a very simple inquiry. I mean, they're a shop that sells products, and your inquiry is about that product, whether that product is going to get stock, whether it's in stock. A simple question. Very straightforward, common, frequently asked fucking question.
Havoc wins.
You know? But it's like, computer cannot compute. It's like, the fuck, like? I don't know. But look, you know, it's okay, because they eventually did get back to me, and they did eventually say, look, we will be getting in stock, we just don't know when. Fair enough, you know, kind of. It's not perfect. Like, it's not a perfect solution. Obviously, the perfect solution would be yes, we have it in stock. You know, but like, look, man, here's what it is. There's bigger things happening in the world, especially in Ireland. In Ireland, anyway, as you know. So, Chad, what game are you going to play first when you get your hands on Steam Deck? You know, the closest thing I have now to remote play on PlayStation 5 is actually my PSVR 2 headset, because the PSVR 2 headset has cinematic mode, which basically essentially creates this virtual screen in front of you, basically like a big massive cinema screen. You can make it as big or small as you want it to, but it's basically a screen, like, so you can play your PS4 and PS5 non-VR games in cinematic mode. So that's essentially kind of remote play. Obviously you have to have your headset wide up to the console, so you can't exactly leave the room, but if somebody wants to watch a TV program while you're trying to play your games, and you can still continue playing, you know, so it's good. Oh yeah, Dead by Daylight, Chucky is on the way next week, I believe. Batman Arkham Origins, nice. It's good. That's a good choice of games there, actually. Two completely different type of games, like different gaming experiences. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting my hands now on Chucky, because he sounds like a very interesting type of killer. Oh, there's an article, I actually posted it to my community tab the other day. You know how I've been banging in about the guest fighters in Mortal Kombat 1, and you know how I feel like they're niche characters? Well, I forget who they were now again, but there was some gaming media anyway, and they agreed with me. They actually pointed out that the DLC in Dead by Daylight is like far superior to Mortal Kombat 1. Like they were saying that the DLC Mortal Kombat 1 pales in comparison to the DLC in Dead by Daylight, which is true, right? Because Dead by Daylight gets these big, heavy, like big, heavy hitters, like Chucky. I mean, Chucky's a household name, you know. So is Freddy Krueger as well, like, you know. And then Mortal Kombat gets like Omni-Man, Homelander. They're such niche, and they are. I'm telling them like a dog with a bone, but they are niche, like. I even had somebody who actually watches these shows who actually agreed with me that they're actually niche. So having someone like that, you know, to back you up is great. Like someone who actually watches the shows, someone who actually is into the shows, that actually agrees that they actually are niche. I mean, you gotta love that, like.
Fatality. Havoc wins. Flawless victory.
What level is Havoc on now? I think I might get to Havoc level 20 and then get some sleep. Whereas, you know, I'm blind. I literally can't see that rank from here. Oh, we'll definitely get to 20. We'll get to 20 in no time. I mean, look how quickly you can rank up your fighters in this with using this. Like, it's crazy. Like, oh, yeah, Chad, I actually ordered Mortal Kombat Deception on PS2. It'll arrive. Could actually arrive tomorrow, actually. Possibly, but I'd say Monday or Tuesday, and I'm going to stream it as well. I'm going to play Conquest mode. I'm not going to play anything else. Well, eventually I will, but I'm going to start with and get stuck into Conquest because it's been so long, Chad, since I've actually played that game. I did track down Deadly Alliance a couple of years back and played a bit of that. Obviously, Armageddon would have been the later of the three. Like there was Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, and I played like Armageddon on Wii as well. Like so that's fresh on my mind. But Deception is like in the middle, so I haven't played Deception since it actually released all those years ago. So and Conquest, I can't remember very much of it. In fact, I completely like Shujinko is a cameo in Mortal Kombat 1. And I have to remind myself who he was. I could look it up online just okay, who exactly is he again? And he's the main character in Conquest mode. Which is I do know that like it's very in-depth Conquest mode in Deception, and I really enjoyed it when it came out. So I want to go back and re-experience Deception, re-experience Shujinko. So I'm actually looking forward to streaming that now, to be honest with you. Yeah, Chad, I know. I'm hyped. I'm actually hyped, man. I'm actually hyped for it. What minigame does Deception have again? Another Armageddon had the kart racing and shit like, but was it the golf? Golf, I was gonna say. Was it Mortal Kombat Golf? Was there actually the chess game or something? I know that it had something. It definitely had some kind of mini game. Deception. I'm actually looking forward to it. No, I'm going to show you now.
Finish him.
It literally has been so long since I played that game, like. I mean, I tracked down the older Mortal Kombat games, like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and even Mythology Sub-Zero over the years, but I haven't actually like went back and played Deception. So it's going to be. I'm looking forward to that now. Didn't Havoc make his appearance in Deception? Or was that Deadly Alliance? So the thing about Deadly Alliance is, it's kind of weird how you unlock characters in that game. I actually forget how you unlock characters in that game. I don't know if they're all in the crypt or not, like, but yeah, it is kind of strange how you unlock fighters in that game. But it's definitely stream worthy anyway, that's for sure. Especially with Conquest, like.
Finisher.
I know a lot of MK fans are crying out for a mode like Conquest, a return to Conquest, but I think they have to understand that, okay, gameplay-wise I can understand where they're coming from, because gameplay-wise it felt like an RPG, like action-adventure type game, where like you were exploring like Earth Realm and Outworld and Nether Realm and all the other realms in between, and like you were engaging with other fighters. So gameplay wise, I can completely get and understand why they would want to play that. I would want to play that again. But I think what they have to try to kind of accept really is that like basically like it's all an evolution. It's all an evolution, and it started with Conquest and Deadly Alliance, and it evolved all the way into what we now know as the cinematic story mode. Because it's a story, like it's a very expansive story involving multiple fighters, with one central story. Do you get me? Whereas like Mortal Kombat always has its towers, of course, like the arcade towers. It's always going to have the arcade towers, right? So you're going to have character, bios and character endings. But yeah, ever since Conquest kind of came along in Deadly Alliance onwards, you had a story that had a central kind of story. So yeah, you have to like just kind of accept like that Conquest evolved into the cinematic story mode, basically. But maybe they could, like, if you think of it, like, I mean, Invasions is kind of like, I would say, if you actually compare Invasions to the first Conquest mode, there was a lot of similarities. Actually, a lot of similarities, actually. Because you actually are moving along what appears almost like nodes, and you're fighting enemies. I know they're more tutorials than anything else, but there's a tiny snippet of story, and you are moving along these nodes. So I think if you kind of look, history repeats itself, as my history teacher used to say back in the day. So I do think that Deadly Alliance to Ed Boon is basically like, I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 is like the modern version of Deadly Alliance, I think. So I think that Invasions is actually going to evolve into something like the early Conquest modes, I think. And we'll still have the cinematic story mode, right? But then we'll have this like standalone like story mode as well on top of it. Because it does have a story. I think that they're testing themselves, I think, really, because there actually is a story of Invasions. It's basically about the other timelines that were introduced in the main story mode, and different titans from those different timelines invading Fire God Liu Kang's timeline, and they have their own like motives and intentions as to why they're there, what they're planning on doing, kind of a thing. So if they expanded upon that, maybe if you weren't moving around in such a limited like board game, like Mario Party kind of fashion, maybe if you could have a bit more movement of your character, maybe engage with fighters in the map and stuff like that, I definitely can see that happening going forward. So whether they call it Mortal Kombat 2 or not, it'll be interesting to see. Now I can see a Spider-Man No Way Home type situation happening in Mortal Kombat down along the road. I can see it happening because Marvel, like when they made the new Spider-Man movies, when they made the Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland movies, like they were very clear. Okay, well, as good as Tobey Maguire movies were, we're moving on now, and this is a new Spider-Man, and this is a new lore, this is a new story. And then we fast forward to No Way Home, and you have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, all in the same movie. So I can see that happening in a future Mortal Kombat game, where jump behind him, where we literally like see like the you know, it'll be fucking insane. Okay, so
Fatality.
there is.
Havoc wins.
It's kind of confusing. So, because obviously in Mortal Kombat 1, there's multiple timelines, right? But let's just. Okay, so let's say that we have the timeline of Mortal Kombat 1 to Armageddon. Let's just say that's a timeline. That's one of many timelines, right? So the events of Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the Raiden, the Liu Kang, the Johnny Cage of that timeline, right? Okay, they're part of that timeline. Then you have the timeline where I don't know if it's actually a timeline or it's kind of confusing. But no. Let's just say that Raiden at the end of Armageddon sends a message to not his past self, but a different Raiden. Right? So let's say that's another timeline. So the events of Mortal Kombat 9 to Mortal Kombat 11, really, is another timeline. And then Fire God Liu Kang's timeline. Right? So if those three timelines kind of came together in one Mortal Kombat game, I think it would be absolutely insane. Like, let's say there's a timeline where at the end of Armageddon, Shao Kahn actually, like, defeats Raiden, holds him captive, right? Or even just kills him. Because it is a timeline, it's not so much like this isn't past Raiden, like we saw in Mortal Kombat 11. So like if you kill past Raiden, future Raiden dies. No, it's just timeline. So let's say in that timeline, Shao Kahn wins Armageddon, basically. And he's like the ultimate Titan, basically, you could say. Right? So let's say he becomes like a Titan. So yeah, and then like I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired now. But yeah, I think it would be interesting if we did kind of get something like that in the future. You wouldn't know what Ed Boon would do. You wouldn't know how Ed Boon would approach that. I'd be honest with you though, I'd prefer if he just stuck to what he's doing now. New era, you know, new timeline, start fresh. Instead of like continually starting fresh, you know. I think we should stay in Fire God Liu Kang's timeline, continue it, nurture that timeline, nurture that idea, and just keep that going instead of like resetting it, you know, in the next Mortal Kombat game. But I'm actually fucking looking forward to Deception. Now I actually hope it arrives tomorrow. I'm not sure whether or not on post deliver. I think they do deliver on a Saturday for parcels. I don't think they deliver like. There was a day where actually post did actually come on a Saturday. It was an actual. It was. I remember bringing up. There was. It was an actual like letter. They do actually deliver on Saturday. I'm not sure about Sunday, but they do. There is post on a Saturday here in Ireland. So there's a possibility that I might be getting it tomorrow, and if it does, I'm going to stream it. I remember Conquest just having like, you could literally like explore like Earth Realm, Outworld, everything else. I know there was Conquest in Armageddon as well. But I think the one in Deception was really like probably one of the best, I think. Hype. Mike, how are you? My friend, my good friend as always. Big welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Well, it literally just started. So, how was the start of your weekend, my good friend? Welcome to my Mortal Kombat 1 live stream. Man, I have just... Oh, the 100% deliver on Saturday. Oh, thank you for that. I really, really hope I get my hands on it. Because I ordered Mortal Kombat Deception, and it's been so long since I played that game, I forgot all about it. So I want to re-experience Deception. I want to get familiar with Shujinko, and I want to get stuck into Conquest again, and just like fall back in love with that game, you know. So the crack is mighty, Mike. Playing some Mortal Kombat 1, I found a way to level up in no time in Mortal Kombat 1. Like, I found a way to get an insane amount of experience in a very short amount of time. Meaning that you are getting fighter mastery rank in no time. You're getting like free dragon crystals in no time. It involves invasions. It involves going to the gateway portal here, and the more times you defeat that gateway portal, the more times you defeat that seasonal tower, you will level it up, right? And the higher its level, the more experience you're going to get, because you're maxed out at level 30, right? So if you're fighting higher level fighters, you're going to get more experience. So that's how it works basically. And I'm using a Windhorn talisman as well. So that is what's happening in this live stream. So once I reach fighter level 20, Johnny is going to get some sleep. So my apologies, but you literally joined more than likely towards the end of the live stream, seeing as it's 1:20. But unless, man, always great to have you in the live stream. And thank you as well for telling me about the fact that on post deliver on a Saturday. That is good now, because although no, it shouldn't be a problem, because CEX, see, I got it from CEX and they said 2 to 3 working days, but it was dispatched yesterday, so it's out of CX's hands. So like once they dispatch it to on post, and then like obviously it's in on post hands now, so yeah, I think they will possibly deliver it by tomorrow. I messed up fantastic. Deception is my favourite MK2 PS2 game. Love the story mode. I know, I remember loving it as well, but it's like it's been so long since I played it, I actually can't remember. But I do, like, I can't remember like the specifics basically of you know, of the Conquest mode. But I do remember just like feeling like, oh my god, like this is actually such a really different, you know, and really fun like mode in a Mortal Kombat game. So I'm hyped. I'm going to stream it too. So as you can see, brand new palette for Havoc, but more importantly, free dragon crystals. Like I literally reached Havoc's fighter mastery rank 20 in about 20 minutes less. Free dragon crystals, so IGN are full of shit, as always. They're reporting that the only way to get dragon crystals in Mortal Kombat 1 is to buy them for real life money, which is not true at all, as you can see. 500 dragon crystals will complete the main story, 100 dragon crystals for reaching profile level 60, 80 and 100 each, and 100 dragon crystals for reaching fighter mastery rank 20 and 31 as well. So if you put in the time and you put in the effort, you can get free dragon crystals. And thankfully, using this method, it doesn't take that much time or effort. All you have to do is reach invasions level 30, craft a really good talisman, like get a level 30 Warhorn talisman, use some consumables like extra charges, projectiles, damage, right? Go to invasions, go to the gateway portal, go to the seasonal tower, defeat it multiple times, which will level it up, get it to a level that's much higher than your level. I think 56 is the best because it's the sweet spot. It's where you are fighting only one round fighters, right? And as you saw, you will gain a shit ton of experience, meaning you level up so much quicker. And that's how it's done. So I made a dedicated video actually about that. Some guy left a comment. I love it though, I love feedback. I love all kind of feedback, no matter how positive or negative it is. But he was like, that's 15 minutes of my life I can't get back. But I wanted to know like what he didn't like about the video. I'd say it was a troll more than likely. I've a lot of trolls on my channel, which is grand, it's fine, I don't mind. But I wanted to know, like, at the same time, what was it about the video that he didn't like? Because I found that it was pretty, personally, to me anyway, I felt like it was pretty straightforward. It felt like it was pretty self-explanatory. I think it saves people money instead of buying dragon crystals. But yeah, I'd say it was a troll, more than likely. It was kind of funny though. That was a 15 minutes of my life I can't get back. But yeah, I'd take all feedback. But see, the thing is, it wasn't so much feedback that he gave. It was like a statement that he didn't really back up. Anyhow, that's going to do it for the live stream. Listen, thank you so much for watching. As always, look, it's much appreciated, lads. It means a lot. So I'll say good night from the Republic of Ireland. And I will see you all next time on Green Hill Gaming. Don't let Melina bite. Seriously. Because she will bite.